Why do you like Lost so much?
I don't like Lost. I love Lost.
I think one of the things that was really incredibly gratifying about the show was the fact that it transcended national boundaries.
Everyone needs the Lost fix.
I love Lost so much.
There's something very universal about our show.
Lost has really become this global phenomenon.
There are people in villages in any country you can name who know us by our characters' names. It's staggering.
Porque no solo lo mataste.
Porque quiero que vea.
When you watch Lost performed in another language, it's very strange because you're hearing other voices come out of the mouths of our characters.
Por favor, solta o telefone agora.
I saw us all speaking Italian, which was a hoot.
Ti amo anch'io. Non ci separeremo più. Te lo prometto.
I actually met my Italian voice. That was kind of cool.
E in un'occasione a Roma, al Roma Fiction Festival.
Ha un sottomarino. Parla sottovoce, maledizione. Sì, Whitmore ha un sottomarino.
Più passaggi, una scena la cerco di vederla il più possibile per poi cercare di fare possibilmente come lui, perché è bravissimo.
Ma si può sempre tornare indietro dal lato oscuro. Pensa ad Anakin. Che diavolo è Anakin? Senti. Tieni la bocca chiusa, non dire niente a nessuno.
I've met the woman who plays my voice in France.
Je t'ai vu aux infos. Toujours en train de courir au milieu des flammes pour sauver des gens.
But it was surreal to meet her and know that she was me.
It was so unbelievable to be able to go to a place like Japan or France or Italy and see that the show played across continents. In different countries and in different cultures, people still found themselves tying in and connecting to the show.
There's something going on in there that keeps Filipinos wanting to tune in every week.
I'm constantly amazed by how many people know the show.
One of the greatest things that has ever happened to me in my life is the idea that this amazing and incredible fandom has developed around this show that I've been a part of.
Thank you, the American Cartoon, for giving me 121 really, really amazing hours that I will never forget.
All right, so here are our cupcakes. First of all, you have Sawyer, Richard Alpert, Ben Linus, Desmond David Hume, John Locke, Hurley, Claire, Saeed, Kate, and finally, Jin and Sun.
You know, there's a certain sickness in this house.
There's a certain level of awesome in this house.
Oh, is that what it is? I'm sorry.
Ladies and gentlemen, the executive producers of Lost, Damon Lindelof and Carlton Cuse.
I think one of the funnest things that we did during the course of the show was go to Comic-Con.
We are very excited to be here for our final Comic-Con. This is very exciting.
You know, these guys are awesome every year here at Comic-Con, giving us a few little insights before the rest of the Lost fandom gets, you know.
Oh, how's it going? You know, you could have just called our office.
Yeah, you didn't have to come to Comic-Con to ask a question.
Yeah, I did call. Oh. You guys haven't called me back.
Oh, all right.
Well, what's your question, Jorge?
Season 1, Confidence Man. Saeed tortures Sawyer to get Shannon's inhaler, right? But Sawyer didn't have the inhaler. So what happened to the inhaler?
Oh, for crying out loud, Jorge! What happened to one question per person?
And that kind of communion with the people who watched the show was really one of the kind of great unexpected delights of doing Lost.
Even knowing how big of a show it is until you actually see something like that, it's sort of an eye-opener of how special of a show this is and how fortunate you are to be a very small part of it. It's such an incredible experience. When you hear that roar and people cheering and, you know, our actors walk out on stage, it's just this wall of sound that comes out, and it's just so amazing.
Fans are unbelievable, so loyal, extremely bright, just really dedicated to the show. It's just, I've never been on a show quite like this.
I think the mystery aspect and the whole epic feel is the reason why Japanese are so into Lost. It stimulates your brain, but it appeals to your heart.
It's not a TV show, it's like this big thing that everyone around the world can relate to, and it just drives everyone crazy in the best possible way.
We were in Mexico, my wife and I, and we drove to this little town that didn't even have a sign. They were like, "You're on Lost." And I was like, "There's no power lines out here. How do you even get power?"
I had a very funny moment. I was in Rome, so I'm standing in the Pantheon, and this woman comes up to me. I think she was Italian. She comes up, she goes, "Benny? Is Benny?" So I'm like, "Yeah, it's Benny." "Hey, please, photo, please, with Benny." I'm like, "Yeah, all right." And then I'm thinking, really? We're in the Pantheon, and you want a photo of Penny?
The experience of going to the Jules Verne Festival in Paris will go down in my memory bank as one of the most surreal things I've ever experienced in my life. The sound that went on for a good 20 minutes of applauding Damon and Carlton and myself and Michael Emerson onto the stage, and you could feel the reverberation of energy pulsing out of this crowd.
Hey, attention. Je vais vous demander, c'est qui? C'est Jack? Oh, c'est Sawyer. Alors c'est Claire.
Sawyer it is.
It's kind of wonderful knowing that these people are so entrenched in these characters and these situations that they actually mimic the clothes and mimic the hairstyles and they mimic everything.
This looks a lot like the Jughead bomb. I found it in my dad's basement.
I am making island boar.
I love boar.
Lost forever.
I see you in another life, brothers.
The island told me to.
Now don't worry, I have tested this. I mean,
Nothing is more inspiring to an artist than seeing someone else take what you've done to another level.
This is the big Lost art exhibit. All of the things that have been online and 20 or more new paintings from all these amazing artists, all Lost inspired. And in the next couple of hours, people are gonna come in and be able to check it out, take a look at all this amazing stuff.
It is really humbling to walk into a gallery and see these artworks, you know, these things that people have spent a lot of time and creative energy on, and you go, wow, that's something.
I was watching season 3 and like the whole curly van sequence, and it's right there. So I got that in there. That kind of like spurred the whole thing. So try to do something awesome. Just try to get as much characters and as much stuff going on as I possibly can, but it's pretty hard because there's so much going on.
Lost kind of really showed up at the right time of technology and the social media boom. It definitely gave forums for people to discuss it.
Fans have really been able to connect with each other no matter what part of the country or what part of the world they're in, and really kind of have fun with it and explore the themes and the ideas and the mysteries that are being presented. And, you know, without that, I think Lost would still be popular, but it is definitely a show of the internet age.
Being online has sort of just enhanced my interest in the show so much to see what everyone else comes up with, because there's too much for one person to really come up with everything on their own.
Let's go to our satellite party in Florida. Hey guys, what are you most excited to find out on tonight's episode?
There's something about when an episode of Lost ends, if we've done our jobs right, that where the fans immediately want to find someone to talk to about the show. It could be people from the UK and France and Saudi Arabia and Africa, and you know, it's everywhere. So I don't think that Lost would have made it 6 years and still held on to the viewership that it did if it weren't for the internet.
Lost Weekend 2009. It's an annual event, and this is my first time here. It is an incredible opportunity to meet fellow fuselage lurkers and message board folks, plus some of the cast and creative crew behind the best show on TV.
I've met a lot of Lost fans because of the show, and now we're all friends.
from all over the world.
The thing I think that was really interesting was that the show became a catalyst for people to develop kind of a community around the show, but that community really transcended our show.
It's actually the fans that have made the show. If they weren't so interested in guessing about things or, you know, that feeds us.
I came from Wisconsin. It's negative 11 degrees in Wisconsin, and I'm here in Waikiki, watching Lost. Woo!
When you're an actor, I feel like what we're doing is just so nominal. It just doesn't feel like anything very important. And then to have people so grateful for it is something it's hard to connect to, and it's hard to internalize that you're actually making an impact on people's lives.
It's just a really good opportunity. It's cool that all the stars are coming, that we get to see the show a couple extra days early. I love Jack!
We're from Canada, London, Ontario. You came in just for this? Why are you excited to see Sunset on the Beach? Because Lost is awesome.
How is it like to be the bad guy?
Thank you. I don't know that he is. What are you talking about?
Our biggest thank you is for the fans of Lost themselves. We are so tremendously grateful, and thank you for the journey.
In a way, the fan community kind of mirrored a little bit what we were doing thematically on the show, which was this plane crash caused this sort of disparate group of people to kind of come together and form a community. In the same way, the show caused this disparate group of people all around the world to come together. It was satisfying to see that there was this whole resonance of the show that was larger than just the hour that was on the network every week.
Without further ado, let's watch the show. Come here, enjoy.